Big Blue Thumb Productions presents the Podlie Podcast. Here's your hosts, Podlie Bill, Podlie Cliff, and Podlie Paul.
Hello there, everybody. It is Epi 159.
Epiges.
And we're all here, actually. It's been, what, at least a
The
couple weeks
gang's all
since we've been here live. And Marvin was in first. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, sup?
3,500 points. Leslie Ann,
Leslie Ann, number
Wow.
2.
number 2. And Laura.
2,500 points.
Marvin, again, happy Podlie night. Happy Podlie night to you as well.
I love it. Podlie night. It's great.
It is Podlie night.
Podlie night. It's not Monday night. It's Podlie night.
It's Podlie night. 159, which means we're 1 away from 160, which means we're 40 away from 200.
And 140 away from the series.
That's pretty good math.
That's great.
And 140 away from
You
the
are on it.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, he's the mathematician in the group.
That's
right.
right. That's right. That's right.
I try to do that sometimes. Anyway,
Anyway.
It's been a couple weeks. How's your couple weeks been? We had a long weekend, and then then Paul and I were here, and then last week we weren't able to do it.
That's on me.
So how's it been going for the past 2-3 weeks here, gentlemen?
Can I shed a tear for a second? Happy 10th birthday to my daughter today.
Oh,
happy birthday,
today?
Today's the day.
Wow.
Happy birthday
To
Happy
on the count
birthday.
3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
I.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear I. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Papa is very proud of you and he loves you, darling. Happy 10th birthday.
We'll be going on tour in about 6 months.
That's right. Happy
right.
birthday, I hope you have a tremendous day, an absolutely awesome, fun day, and a year ahead that's just going to knock your socks off. So make sure you wear cheap socks so that when they get knocked off,
You can buy another pair.
then you can buy another pair. That's
right.
not a problem, right?
That's right.
So all year you have to wear cheap socks, okay?
That's right.
Deal? I'm looking at you. Where's the camera? There you are. I'm looking at you. All year you have to wear cheap socks.
And keep an eye on them.
And keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to knock them off.
Yep.
Yeah.
10. So, family birthday party yesterday. Lots of fun was had by all. My boys made the cake.
Oh, nice.
What kind of cake did they make?
Angel food.
Wow.
Angel food. Delish.
So
haven't had
did they,
any
wait a minute, though.
Delish.
Did they eat it?
All of it. Gone.
So
Gone.
they had their cake and they ate it
Ate
too.
it too. They did.
Unbelievable.
They did. Gone.
What kind
All
of
of
a
it.
system
Wow.
is that?
I haven't
It
had
was-
an angel food cake in a long time.
It was delish. They did really well. They did the icing. They did it's a character, a Tamaguchi or something like that. It's a little
Wow.
duck.
Don't
It's a little
swear at me.
duck. Yeah, I know, right? I
I'm
know,
gonna
right?
Swipe myself off.
I know. So I know. Anyway, life is good. Life is good. Apologies because last week we weren't here because it was my niece's sweet 16 birthday.
Wow.
So that's right. That was my bad. Sorry, everybody, for not being here for Podlie last week. It was my niece's sweet 16. So yeah, birthdays, and work.
Good.
Yeah.
And
So it's good to hear Sweet 16 again, eh?
Sweet
Because
16.
you don't hear that anymore because nowadays 16 seems old
Mhm.
in comparison
Yeah,
to when I was
well,
16.
true. Yeah,
Mhm.
Right?
very
I mean,
true. Very true.
Back in the day, you
Yeah.
say Sweet 16 and all that type of stuff. I mean, obviously before my time,
Mhm.
you know, the girls are coming out at 18 and all those type of jazz. Now 16 seems old.
Yeah.
Like it seems like they're so worldly.
Cliff, okay, I'm going to share something with you guys. My daughter turned 10. She got halter tops.
Oh my goodness me.
Wow.
10.
When did you start wearing halter tops? Oh.
Ha!
Dude,
Jiminy crickets.
dude, she's 10.
10 years old.
Dude,
Dude,
come on, man.
Polly, that's what I was referring to, right? Because
Cliff, I'm not ready for this.
It's like Sweet 16 used to mean, well, sweet, innocent
Yeah.
16, right? But I don't know.
That's what made me think of it.
Yeah,
That's what made me think of it. I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, you're not. I don't think you ever.
But when did you start wearing halter tops?
I believe it was our first year anniversary, was it not? Oh no, wait. Which anniversary did I wear just a bow tie? I can't remember. She must get it from her dad. I'm not sure.
Probably, I'm assuming so.
Probably.
What about you, Cliff? How was the past 2-3 weeks? You're back at work and
Back at work, zing, zing, zing.
training photographers and doing all that
Training
stuff.
photographers.
How
training
long does it take to train a photographer?
Okay, it's a little bit of a misnomer, right? Because some of the photographers have experience, some of the photographers don't have any
Correct.
experience, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
So I have a very simple theory. You give me somebody with a great attitude and a lovely spirit, and I can teach him how to do anything. I can teach him how to be a photographer, not a problem. And I'm not actually teaching photography because we have senior photographers that let them do the teaching, obviously, because they know better than I do school photography. I'm a photographer, but I've never done school photography before. So my senior photographers, oh man, they're awesome. They just shout out to them. They're awesome. But so it's a little bit of a misnomer, Polly, because we're not really training. Often it's not training photography. Often it's training something else. And then often it's training photography to people who never done any photography.
Yeah.
But like I said, you give me somebody with a good attitude and a good spirit, and I will hire them before I will hire somebody who says I have 20 years of photography, but they have a bad attitude, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
sure.
training is good. We do a week's training, Polly, in a hall setting. We do the training, but then it doesn't stop there. It we started with the high schools, which is a little bit slower. You know, you put ID cards, yada, yada, yada.
Okay, I got you.
So it's a little bit better pace, and then we
Right.
slowly move into the junior high, and all of a sudden it's
Oh man,
and
yeah,
by
I know.
so all of that first
2
or 3 weeks that they're doing it, our senior photographers will monitor them and make sure the training continues. And those who need, some get it instantly, and some are like, yeah, I got it, don't worry, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And others take a little more time. And we hired one girl, oh man, just a crackerjack. I don't even think she's 21 yet. She walks into the interview, is like, dude, that's aces the interview, and like I look at my compadres and I'm like, yeah. It's like 15 minutes. It's like, yeah, she's in. And she's zero photography experience. But she got such a great vibe when she come in, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? She's a rock star, just a rock star. It's like,
And she's killing it. She's killing it. Yeah, great.
Right?
Good to
Just
hear. Good to
just a
hear.
rock star, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, why? Because you get the brilliant attitude. She's confident. She's communicative. She's really, like just cool. And I love to see that with young people, right? You say we took a shot. She doesn't know nothing about photography. We took a shot, but then hey, they proved that absolutely. I love it. I just love it. You know.
Nice.
So it's been busy and it's been fun. And of course, the schools will be ramping up right now.
Yeah.
So
I was back in this week.
Yeah.
So,
but to echo what I was commiserating about with Polly and I arrived at the same time. Well, I arrived a little bit earlier because you know I'm the keener now and he's not. Just saying.
yeah, he comes right now.
That's
I
right.
do come late now, don't I?
So Polly and I were commiserating on the way in, and we were both saying, "Damn it, we're tired, right? Tired." And today, I gotta say that I'm tired. I don't know why. I'm just banged.
Yeah. Well,
Truth.
if you fall asleep during the podcast, we can wake you up.
You can wake me up. So what about you, Bill?
Yeah, standard again. Busy 3 weeks, work wise, and got my license. Got my class six,
Booyah!
Look at you go.
That part I knew, but we haven't
That
talked
part,
about it
Cliff-
since then.
Cliff was there when I escorted me there. So
Look
you
at
were
you
there,
go.
And, that was awesome, and thank you for doing that. And it was great. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but we haven't been
Got-
here since then. So
No,
congratulations, Bill.
got it first try and been out riding and taking the bike out and having fun on it.
Have you been taking it out lots?
Yeah, we were out yesterday on
Good.
it. We try and go out on the weekends
Yeah,
sometimes
try and
you know,
go, yeah.
during the week, and but on the weekends we take it out somewhere or
Mhm.
ride into
And
town
tries
if we
not-
have to do something. And she's
Try's
on
not
back.
pushing you out of the driver's seat yet.
No, not yet. No, not yet. But yeah, that's all been good, and yeah, just,
Getting ready for your trip, work trip.
big trip coming up here in about second week of September. I'm on the road for
Look
2
at
weeks.
you go. Jeez, you're on a
Right.
roll here, brother.
Big 6-city tour in 2 weeks. So
Yeah, wow.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Before I forget, I want to thank you and Chai for inviting me and my kids to the Baby Steps to Remember walk last weekend. We had a blast. Thank you for inviting us.
Good day. Weather was nice.
Really good day.
Yeah.
Really good day. Very sobering. Very sobering. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I got some feelings. I thank myself each and every day that I have 3 healthy children, and that was just one more day to, not that I need a reminder, but that's one more day to remind me just how blessed I am. So Very sobering day. So thank you for inviting us.
You're
That's
very
great.
welcome. It was good to have you there and have your help and the kids' help as well, for sure. That was good. So yeah, that's really about it. Like I said, getting ready now for the big trip coming up.
The big trippage.
Yeah, and I'll be gone, and Chai is also
Taking
will be
over
gone.
your position?
Well, no, she'll be gone. Part of the time I'm gone for a few days, she has to go present at a conference in Ontario, so she'll be gone as well.
Oh,
so,
wow.
While I'm gone,
Do you need me to take care of the dog for you?
I don't have a dog, but you're welcome
checking.
to. Yeah,
Just checking.
yeah, you're more than welcome to, and yeah,
Come and walk the invisible dog.
That's right. Well, he's got
And,
deer. He's got deers and meese.
yeah. We do have, of course, hockey's back up. So my grandsons have been on the ice since Saturday every day. So we're on the ice Saturday, yesterday, tonight, tomorrow, always twice tomorrow.
Nice.
So getting that all done with hockey, and then he's back in school on Thursday. Starts junior high.
Did you have to outfit him with new goalie
I had
gear?
to get some new goalie pads,
'Cause you grew up with
and
it.
yeah, 'cause
And
he's
now you're
tall.
working overtime.
And well, his mom is.
His
and,
mom's working overtime.
I had to get a new mask as well. So
Uh-huh.
we just got a new goalie mask, which we started
Nice.
using for conditioning camp today.
Cool.
A mere $700.
That's it.
Oh,
for the
baby.
mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh baby, oh baby.
You can have to lease that Bronco on the weekends.
Oh, baby. right,
I have to
right.
rent it out or something.
I know.
So
That's funny when it just pulled up. I was gonna walk up and go, sorry about the Bronco.
Hey, I was just gonna say, why is there an Uber sticker on the back of your Bronco? Why is there an Uber
Why
sticker on the
is
back of
there
your
an
Bronco? I wonder why. $700 hockey masks.
got a mosquito in here.
Jeez.
But yeah, so but he only goes to school Thursday, Friday, and next week he will not be in school because he booked another role in a film. So he's off in Calgary shooting all next week.
Oh,
in
awesome.
Calgary, and I think back in Drumheller and somewhere else. He's off.
Very
Oh, cool.
exciting.
Off next week. So his teachers are going to load him up with work on his first day of stuff he has to do while he's
Nice.
off filming next week.
Yeah,
So,
Hannah and I got to shoot next week too. So Hannah's gonna be missing some school next week
wow,
too.
you guys kicking it.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody said there's a mosquito in
there
here.
is.
Go Miyagi.
Ah,
Oh,
go
you
Miyagi.
Miyagi'd it. Did you Miyagi it?
I don't know if I got him, but he is flying around.
Come to Papa, you bastard.
We're going to spend the rest of the podcast seeing if we
Mhm.
catch the
See,
mosquito.
with,
So just
with these
Talk
even,
amongst yourselves.
even
just bear-
smaller,
That's right.
bear with us and enjoy your chat on the chat
right.
line while we try and catch the mosquito.
even smaller than chopsticks. These are skier sticks.
Yeah.
So if I can catch the mosquito this way, I should get 3,500 points.
If you can catch it.
If you catch it.
Yeah. It seems to have disappeared now.
Marvin says he's got a 2-line Camaro yesterday. Awesome,
Cameo.
dude.
Yeah. Camaro. You got a 2-line Camaro. What kind of Camaro is that, Marvin?
Marv, I gotta ask, how many shoots do you do? How many shoots do you walk onto in a year? You must. Every time I want to shoot, man, you are there, which I love. I think it's great. You support the community like it's nobody's business. I love it. I'm curious, how many shoots are you on in a year? Kind of curious. You probably got to do 30. He's probably got to do 30 shoots in a year.
Cool.
Marv, I'll bet.
Wow.
I'll bet you.
We'll have to pull up his IMDb.
IMDb, yeah. Marv, please tell me you have an IMDb profile. Please tell me.
We're all going to be quiet while we wait for his answer.
Yeah.
I'll give you a drum roll if you want.
Yeah.
Hey, is it true? I've been so busy this weekend. Is it true Bob Barker died? It's true
Yeah.
Bob Barker died.
99
Sorry,
years
guys.
old.
I've been so busy. I was busy with the birthday party and
Yeah.
I worked Saturday night in Stony Plain and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance to kind of decompress. Really? Was he 99? 99. 99.
Did you just get that mosquito?
No,
Wow.
missed him. I missed him. The little bastard, I missed him.
Yeah. Good old Bob Barker, and the price is right.
On my Facebook page, a lot of the memes, of him beating up Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. That was-
Funny.
The funniest thing is,
And he was old then.
I know. But it's awesome though, because Sandler, I'm not a big Sandler fan, but
Yeah.
but we all know that in a fight, it's the actor receiving that sells it.
Yeah.
Right? And Sandler in that one. When he grabs him by the jersey, like this.
Yes.
Sandler. It just kills me, man. Yeah, Bob Barker beating the crap out of Simon.
Marv goes closest to 100 without going over.
Yeah.
Betty White was the same. Didn't
Yeah.
she died the day before her 100th birthday or something like that.
Something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
with Bob Barker though, right? It's the spin of the wheel and
Yeah.
just blah blah blah. That was
That's right.
all.
Closest to 100 without going
That was
over.
all over my Facebook page today. I had like 18 people had it
Closest
on
to
there.
100 without
Closest
going
to
over.
100
Oh my
without
gosh.
going over.
Oh my gosh. I tell you, that's too bad. That's too bad. Legend.
Yeah.
Legend. By the way, I saw this on my social media. Vanna White, so the hostess of Wheel of Fortune. Before she was the hostess of Wheel of Fortune,
She was the hostess with the mostest?
She was a guest on The Price is Right.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She was. I did not know that. I did not know that. She was a guest on Price is Right. So interesting.
That's our interesting game show
Yeah,
facts.
that's right.
That's our game show facts. That's it. I'm
For
done.
those of you who could not sleep wondering what Vanna White did prior,
Yeah. See the
Now
things
you
you
know.
learn by watching the podcast?
Circa 1980, I don't know, 4 maybe. 1984.
Yeah.
Something like
Circa. Yeah, you learn a lot on this podcast.
Yes, you do.
Right.
Facts you would never know.
and
Unless
never
you
want to know.
Yeah, you probably never wanted to know it, but you know it now.
Want to know, but now you know it.
And you're thinking as you're watching us, if they keep going, click.
What they're thinking is, but why? But why are you telling me
Right.
this?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Why do I need
That's
to
right.
know this?
This is
Um,
useless information.
So before Laura brings it up,
What is it?
But
Laura,
before Laura brings it up, we have a topic.
a topic.
God, this seems familiar. Did we not?
I was just going to say, have we talked about this?
Have we talked about this one before?
I don't know.
Maybe we have.
I don't know. Possibly.
Maybe we have.
What was my answer then? Hey, Laura, can you do me a favor? Go back to
Just
150
fact-checking.
shows.
Yeah.
Go back 150 shows, Laura. Tell us if we talked about this before.
Can we go back and listen to those
Yeah.
other shows right now and tell us what show we're talking about? it on?
We'd appreciate that, Laura. Laura, let us know. Could you please?
You actually thought you were,
Laura,
that you
we
were
got-
watching us live tonight, but this is actually a rerun.
That's right. This was 2.5 years ago,
This is
Laura.
actually a replay. We're not actually live tonight.
That's right.
Just thought I'd let you know.
That's right. It's not live. The camera does add 10 pounds.
This
It's
is
really
a
it's not live. That's right.
And this will be information that I remember to not know where the source is from. Either about
What?
is that what do you mean, Laura, by wanting to live forever or what? We're confused.
Okay, we're just going to be silent here
Yeah,
until you
'cause
tell
we're-
us.
we're confused. We will wait forever.
See, this is what happens when you have a week off. We don't know what the hell to say.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, we're
I'm a
we're
lumberjack
confused.
and I'm okay. And it goes on
Oh, my
and
gosh.
on. It's on the wrong driver.
Oh, I like that song.
Oh, gee, I'm pretty sure this topic was done, as I have not broke out into a Queen song before. What? We
Are
didn't-
you breaking out into Queen melodies right now? Oh, Who Wants to Live Forever?
Who Wants to Live
There's the
Forever.
reference. Who
That's
Wants to
what
Live
she-
Forever? I got it. I got it. Good song.
Is
Yeah.
it? Is it?
It's a good song.
Is
So-
it now?
If we did talk about it before, then it'll be very short.
No, but-
Well, it
well,
won't be
it's a pretty
forever.
open and closed question, though. Do you want to live forever? Nope.
It
Nope.
won't be forever.
Yeah, nope.
Do you want to live forever? Nope. We're done.
All right. What do we want to talk about next?
Yeah. Okay, so what is the exact question? What is the exact question, Bill? We need specificity. Would you want to live? Not do you want to,
Yeah.
but would you
Would
want
you
to?
want to live forever?
Not do you want to. It doesn't ask you do you want to. So would
Yeah.
you? Would you want to live forever? Well, it depends on the circumstance now, doesn't it?
Well, and Marvin just says, always with that topic, the first thing everyone says, depends if.
Oh, well, look at that then, Marvin.
Could be, depends if.
Depends
Would
if.
you want to live forever? Well, it depends if what, Marvin?
Yeah, Marvin. Yeah,
What do you,
Marvin.
what do
Come
you,
on, Marvin.
What are you
Yeah,
putting that depend on?
yeah,
Marv,
Marvin.
don't make us wait forever.
Yeah, Marvin. Well, it depends
Yeah.
on it, Marvin. However, we may have worded it differently. LOL, says Laura.
Okay.
Yeah, we possibly could have worded it differently. I don't know.
We're on
but-
show 159 here, Laura. We've done a lot of topics.
Right, but the question remains: would you want to live forever? And we'd appreciate some answers. Can you guys type, please? Come on, chop,
Yes.
chop. Shake.
We're waiting.
We'll wait right here.
Yeah,
Paulie,
because
would
we
you,
got nothing to say.
Paulie, would you want to live forever?
It
depends, right?
Yeah, I can't remember. And I think we did talk about this before. I can't remember what I said before.
Well, it doesn't
I
matter
think
anyway.
it would be
Because
We're not, trying to,
really,
we're not trying to corroborate it.
I think it would be really tough. Now, I would like to live forever. For me, I couldn't see my kids pass before me. No, nope, couldn't do it. Nope. So the answer is hard no.
No way.
Hard no. I would love to see what happens in the future, in terms of the world and in terms of did we find aliens and all that sort of stuff. I'd love to. I mean, that's my curiosity speaking. But as a parent, no way in hell. No way.
Now, if your kids were to live forever,
Yep.
then you would stay wanting to live forever.
Yes.
Let's see what they do now. Marvin
Yes.
says, for me, it depends on how much I can control my surroundings and what it will cost me to gain immortality.
Well, just a vampire bite, would it not?
Maybe.
And William echoes Podlie over here because William says, yes, he would like to live forever, see new technology, but no, because we outlive his kids and would not want to live in a world without them. Yeah, makes sense, Mr. William Kirkland. That's what Podlie just mentioned as well.
Because my kids are my world. Quite frankly, they really are. Like, I'm single.
Mhm.
I don't have a relationship. My kids are my world. Heaven forbid work is my world. As work legitimately is for some. That's not my bag. That's not my style. My kids are my world. So.
And Cliff?
I don't know. Part to me says I would, but honestly, I don't know. What my sort of theory is that if a person did have immortality and could live forever, I don't know that we would be motivated to do anything. I don't know that we would be motivated to grow. I'm not saying we won't.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that just like limitations breed creativity, right? Creativity without limitations is almost nil.
Mhm.
You need limitations in order to be creative. And I think in terms of life and death, I think you need death in order to make you want to live properly or live in, if you get my meaning, the big overarching meaning of live.
Mhm.
So I don't know about living forever, but I certainly wish the lifetime wasn't so short.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
I mean,
yeah.
it would be nice
So-
if you had 5 of these lifetimes.
So then when you say that you wish that the lifetime wasn't so short, you wouldn't want to live forever. What would you think? What would be an age you'd want to get to then?
Well,
Are
okay.
we saying you want to live
Do you want to hit
150?
100? Do you want to hit
Or you want
100?
100?
No. If you're talking about if you're talking about in terms or in reference of forever, I would say 1,000 years would be interesting.
1,000?
Because just think 1,000 years, what the jump in human evolution could be in 1,000 years.
Human evolution, technology, etc.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So what we can bring to the world, what a person can bring to the world in 1,000 years, and what changes you will see. And I think at that point I'll be going, yeah, I'm tired. I just want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But forever, I don't know, because then there's nothing. But what would be really cool, like if you live 1,000 years, you spend the first 100 years, which is what, let's say, assume a lot of us will live. I don't think we will, but I'm just saying. You spend the first 100 years discovering what life is. What is it?
Right.
Because we don't know what it is. I still don't know what it is. If you asked me to define life right now, I probably couldn't define it for you.
Mhm.
I can give you a whole bunch of theories. I can give you a whole bunch of thoughts, but I really can't define it for you.
Mhm.
But maybe when I'm 100, maybe I'll have a better concept of what it is.
Mhm.
And maybe it'll take the 150. But at least we can spend this time and really sink into it and understand who we are and
Mhm.
understand ourselves and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
And then you can spend that middle part growing that part of you that is interesting and that gives you meaning. And then you spend the last third of it enjoying the fruits of what you did in the middle third.
Right.
Very much what a life should be like, but most lives are not like because we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
That makes sense. Leslie Ann asks an interesting question. At what age would I be able to retire if I have to save enough to live on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good question.
Wow.
Yeah, that is very good.
Not
question,
enough.
Leslie Ann.
Not enough.
What? At what age? Yeah.
And I think I agree with Cliff. I don't know if I'd want to live forever, but I think the 1,000 years is actually a good number, and I hadn't really thought about that before. But I think that'd be a good number because it does give you that opportunity to, as you said, to learn more about life itself. And I'd love to be able to see where, and I'd love to be, and I'd also love to see where technology is at that point. Does it reach the point where the flying cars are just all over the place, and just to see where everything is going and where life goes and what happens to
and
this
medically
world.
does it reach the point where we don't suffer?
Are there cures for everything? Is like what happens at that point, right?
It's funny. It's funny. I read a lot of Van Rice books, vampire books.
Vampire
Back
books,
in my 20s, used to love Anne Rice. And now a good friend of mine.
I like rice too once in a
I
while.
love Anne Rice.
And rice.
Anne
And
Rice.
rice. Yeah.
The interview with the vampire, vampire
I like
staff.
Maxie and Ted Rice. Sorry, Paul. I'm sorry.
Paul. I mean,
And then Paul talks, and everybody starts talking again.
Sorry, Paulie. And Rice. Go ahead.
yes, go ahead.
And Rice.
And rice.
Erica Knutson, a good friend of mine. She's also a local author. She
Yes.
has a lot of wonderful. I've read all of her books, Vampire, the Azamate Chronicles. In pretty much all adaptation of vampire books, they get tired.
Yeah.
They get tired. Life is tiring.
Well, and
Life is
when you're
really,
chasing
really
blood all the
tiring.
time.
Just think of what you do in a day. You wake up, you
If you're
have
chasing
breakfast, you
somebody,
feed the kids,
You're a vampire.
you go to work. I'll wait till you guys are fun.
Sorry, Paul. I'm talking about the vampire side of things. Vampires would get tired. Because if I'm chasing like somebody all night long because I'm thirsty and I need to eat.
Well, and then at the end of a long day, right now, at the end of a day, at the end of a work day, you're tired. You don't want to. You don't want to make dinner. I.e., you don't want to chase dinner, right? But you got to make dinner. At the end of the day, you're tired. That's life.
I'd be bloody tired.
That's life. That's
And
life.
it would really suck.
I'm out. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
I saw on Elon Musk's Twitter feed. This is going back some time, so other people probably seen it, but this is how to keep zombies in a zombie apocalypse. He's got his whole house surrounded by treadmills. I just about died laughing. So everyone right around his house, treadmills, all these zombies are constantly treadmilling in. I just about died. I just about died when I saw that. It just kills me, man. Sorry, Paulie. I thought of that. I don't know why I thought of that. But talking about being tired, it's like I'm a zombie. I'm at Elon Musk's house. I'm really tired.
I'm really tired. I'm really
He keeps putting it on a higher incline. Every time I come back, treadmill's on a higher incline.
Our life, man. We're just on a treadmill.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my damn this Bowflex.
It just gets me.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
pretty funny.
Leslie Ann says, okay, we need a top 10 pod-like expression.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, we do listen.
Yeah, expressions, just because Paul was saying that.
dot.
Yeah.
End of a long day. You really don't want to be a zombie in a zombie apocalypse. That's right. Let's say.
You don't really want to be chasing dinner. Yeah, that's true.
Oh man,
That's why vampires are, when they're like 200 years old, are tired.
are tired. Yeah,
I
but
totally get it.
Paulie, that's a good. I mean, I know we're having some fun at the vampire experience, but that's a good observation, though, right? Because in all vampire literature, not that I know a single one of them, because I don't.
You ever read any? No.
Never. No.
Mm.
But you're right, though. They get tired. I've read other books about people that live long years, and they get tired. So that's possibly why I talk about for two reasons. I like the long lifespan, but not the forever lifespan. So I don't know, because I think you would lose meaning if there was no death.
Oh, I agree.
I think death brings meaning to life.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. Yeah. I
Right.
agree.
So end, anything that does not end doesn't really have any intrinsic meaning
Right.
if it doesn't end. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a unanimous opinion between the three of us. I agree with you.
It would
I
be
agree
like
with you.
reading the book or watching a movie that never ends.
Exactly. Right. This is the
This is
song
the
that
song that
never
never
ends.
Yeah, you just there's no end.
But I like the idea of like 1,000 years, let's say, a millennia,
Yeah.
right? And it would be interesting at that point, because maybe we will be like the vampires and we'll be tired. And in 1,000 years, we go, okay, we're not sick, we're not anything, but we're tired, so we want to go.
Yeah.
Right, we're done.
Time to
Well,
go.
you would almost, I mean, if that's the case, fatigue would be a sickness. That would be the sickness.
would be the
That's the
sickness.
sickness.
Yeah, and for the flat earthers, they would just try and walk off the
They
edge.
just walk right
Bounce
off
off
the
that
earth.
electric fence.
Death only comes to the flat earthers,
The
guys.
flat- there you go,
That's it.
Leslie Ann. There's your flat
That's it.
earth joke for the day.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just fall off the end. That's right. That's what the path should be. The path should be from one side of the flat earth to the other side of the flat earth to take you 1,000 years.
Yeah.
and then you just basically fall off like a lemming.
Just,
Like a lemon.
see them all
You just keep
dropping.
walking. It's like
Like a lemon.
And as the people in the background, they just turned 1,000. Yeah.
That's right.
They're walking
Must be
off the
them.
edge.
That's it.
Yeah, and I think I told you guys.
I know
on
how
another-
old they are.
I told you guys on another podcast. I wish I had kept a copy of it, but I bought it for a friend of mine. It's a birthday card, and it shows the Empire State Building, and a whole bunch of people jumped off the Empire State Building, and then it says if everybody jumped off a building, sooner or later it wouldn't hurt as much.
That's true. If you did that, you were shot by the time you got to jump. There's already a
Cushion
child
my
there.
fall! Cushion my fall!
But it's so funny though. It's like it's so random. It's like
Here, catch me!
if everybody jumped off a building, sooner or later it wouldn't hurt that much.
Yeah. Imagine the person that jumps and he's only like a 3-foot landing.
Oh.
Well, that wasn't far.
So some creative still out there. But I wish I had kept the card because it's so funny to see. I gave it to. I can't remember who gave it to, but
You're welcome, Leslie Ann.
Oh my
And
gosh.
hey, look at the time there, Cliff.
well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the middle of the podcast. To the middle of the podcast. Just think, the middle of a life would be 500 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, imagine if it was.
I know, right?
What birthday? Oh, it's my 500th.
It's my
you got?
500th.
We're having a surprise birthday on my 500th
That's
birthday
right.
party.
And your centennial would mean nothing. You have 10 of them.
What do you want for your birthday? Prune juice. That's what you want.
Maybe some rice
Prune
And some
juice.
rice. And rice.
and rice. Yeah, like some
And
rice.
I'd like some man rice.
Who'd use and rice?
Like some man rice.
And Leslie Ann would still be quenching her thirst at the age of 500 with the same shot.
With the same, that's right. That's right. But yeah, I don't know. Like, so, and have you read lots of vampire? What about you, Bill?
No, I haven't read a lot. Funny, I dressed up as a vampire for Halloween last year, which you
You
saw
did so.
Cool.
at that event that we did.
You did so.
But no, I have not watched or read a lot of vampire books.
And I've only
I haven't
ever
watched
seen.
some vampire movies either.
No, I've only ever seen the one where what's the guy's dude's name? He sparkles and all that type of crap.
Sparkles.
Every time he turns into a not turns into a vampire, but every time the sun hits him, he sparkles. Whatever movie that was, I don't know.
The Sparkling Vampire. I don't-
Yeah,
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I thought that every time sun hits vampires, they die. They shrivel up and die.
no, but that's in the old days when that was, you know. But nowadays with the young people, they want to put sparklies.
So the
No, I got
vampires are
nothing.
a lot more sparkly now.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody on here must know the vampire movie with the vampires sparkle when
It-
sun hits them.
So if you hold up a sparkly cross at a vampire with a spike,
That's a double whammy.
yeah,
That's a double whammy.
Sparkle, you son of a bitch.
That's a double. That's a double whammy.
Twilight. That's it.
That's-
Twilight.
yeah. Robert Pattinson was the sparkly.
Yeah,
Vampire.
doesn't he sparkle whenever sun hits him or something?
Yeah, he does. He was glistening.
I have seen that movie. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
That was 20 years ago, and I forgot about it.
Was that
About
20
5 minutes after I finished watching it. Not gonna lie.
And no, but wasn't that what was that based on? Wasn't that
It was vampires.
It's
no,
vampires versus werewolves.
No, but wasn't it based on? Wasn't it fan
It's
fiction?
Based on a
It
book.
was books.
Based on
There's a
books.
series of
Based
books,
on-
so they made a series of movies.
No,
The-
but my point is though it's fan fiction.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Never read the books. I think I saw 2 movies. I think I want to say there's 4 movies.
Oh, I saw the one.
5 movies.
Oh, I did that. I didn't know.
Yeah, I can't remember how
Yeah,
many. There was
It's 25 years ago. I don't know.
I saw the one movie. I remember. Yeah, Buddy like sparkling.
Mm.
And,
He did. He did
Yeah.
the sparkle. He's kind of glistened or whatever that was.
and that's really all I remember. I don't
No,
remember
yeah,
anything
I don't
else
remember
about
that.
It was glitter. His face
Glitter.
was all glittery.
it. Glittery,
I don't remember that. Nope.
Yeah.
a jittery vampire.
And that was when the sun came out.
I heard the books are good. I
A
heard the books are
jittery
good.
vampire with a glittery persona.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I've not watched. Like I like watching. Friday the 13th and Halloween, and all that stuff. But I don't know why I've never really got into watching vampire movies. I don't know why.
Yeah.
See, and I don't. The only reason why I like vampire movies is they can be bloody, they can be gory. But remember, I don't like the horror stuff. I don't like the blatant gore, the blatant blood, the jump scares. I don't like those. I like the kind of the romantic horror.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the,
Romance,
romance.
romance is living.
Yeah, I don't know.
Romance is living.
What did you just say? The romantic horror?
He likes
like,
the romantic
horror?
horror.
Have you heard about my love life?
Is that the girlfriend?
Have you heard about my love
Is
life?
that the girlfriend
Or
experience?
lack thereof. Or lack thereof.
Yeah, the only thing is, Polly, though, vampires could they're just dead to me.
And I
They're
just,
just dead to me.
and I just realized about
Dead.
your Elon Musk zombie comment. We're protected here because I have a treadmill over
Got
here.
a
which is
treadmill
off
right
camera.
there.
So
Jeez.
the zombies can't get through. There's a treadmill.
That's
right
right.
And Laura said she read all the books except the last one.
But why not, Laura?
I heard the
Well,
books are good. Yeah,
chop,
I heard the
chop.
books are good.
So Laura, if you love the books, why haven't you read the last one?
Yeah, Laura.
Yeah, I heard the books are
Are
good.
you waiting for your 1,000th year?
Yeah.
Hmm.
When you turn 500, grab it. Read it then.
I own the books, Laura, as well. I have not cracked the spine.
For
I have no intention of cracking the spine.
Why
I
do you own
have
them?
read. Sorry,
Why do you own them then if you're not going to read them?
I got them free from a friend of mine.
Oh.
And I mean, I don't say no to free
Excuse
books.
me.
So, but I have read all of Erica Knutson's books.
Yes.
Cool.
Uh,
And she's a vampire too?
She sometimes
vampire
claims to
author,
be,
yeah.
yes. She's a
No, I
vampire
mean
author.
vampire
Yeah,
author.
local. Yep,
Yeah.
local. Yep, local.
I tell you, that's the biggest genre right now, right? Every single, like everybody, that's the biggest genre right now is vampires, werewolves,
Zombies.
zombies. That is the genre.
Or as in the Last of Us series, they're called clickers.
Yeah.
Or is there vampires in
No, no,
The
no.
Last
they're-
of Us?
They're like they're called clickers. So they're similar to that of a zombie, but it's due to this fungi that they get into their blood. And if you get bit, so their heads start turning in, they look like all these different types of weird looking mushroom
Oh.
shapes and stuff. It's interesting makeup. Actually, some of it was some of the prosthetic stuff was done by my friend Travis Schuchak
Travis? Yeah,
out of
Travis.
Fort Saskatchewan.
Yeah, Travis.
Because The Last of Us was shot in Edmonton and Calgary, and but anyway,
Where was the first of us shot?
that's a good question.
The Last of Us was shot here, and where the first was.
Yeah, Laura said it came out after I had kids. The last book came out after you had kids. Leslie Ann's leaving. Okay.
What?
Well, Leslie Ann, we got past the middle of the podcast and you decided to leave. I guess we'll see you later.
Glad you found your Podlie mojo.
Glad it wasn't anything we said.
Thanks,
Leslie Ann.
Bye, Leslie Ann.
Ciao. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't our cerebral conversation, Leslie Ann. Thank you.
She is gone.
Gone. Toast. History out the door.
What
All right.
type of books do you read? What type of books do you guys like to read? Nonfiction, fiction, detective?
Phil.
That could be a bit of both. I'll read some nonfiction. I like reading some good mysteries as
Mhm.
well. The ones that kind of have the twists and turns. I've actually been watching a series on Disney Plus. What's it called? Murders in the Building, I think it is. With
Steve Martin. I've referenced that today.
Short,
I heard it's
Selena
very
Gomez. So we're into the third season now, but that's really well done.
Yeah, I heard
Sounds
it's
like a
very
good
good.
cast.
Yeah.
The whole first season, and I won't give a lot of spoilers.
Yeah, don't
but
tell me because I want to see it.
each season goes over one murder with these three people.
Oh, one of
they all
those.
live in the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
apartment building.
Right.
And it's funny. Sting makes a cameo in the first season.
Nice.
Who does? Sting does?
Sting does.
No
In
way.
the second
Cool.
season, it's Amy Schumer, and in the third season, it's Paul Rudd and Meryl Streep are in it.
Nice.
But anyway, it's really quite well done because you're actually right down to the final episode. You're still trying to figure out who did the
Who
murder,
did it?
and they still throw twists at you until they finally
Oh,
give,
cool.
so you finally know who that murderer
Good
is.
cast. What's it called?
Murders in the Building.
Murders in the
Murders
building.
in the Building.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Because I mean, Steve Martin, Martin Short together, and then add in Gomez in there. I mean, you
Selena
got,
Gomez,
yeah.
and she's the kind of the funny glue. It's funny. It has
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of comedy in it as well, right? And but it's well done. I wasn't sure what I would think about it. I'm not a huge Martin Short fan, even though he was big on SCTV.
Mm.
But in this show, along with Steve Martin, of course, they're best buddies in real life.
Oh yeah.
They are.
And Selena
are.
Gomez, they're all actually executive producers. They
Yep.
created the series,
Oh, nice.
but very, very well done.
Good actor.
I like the twists and turns where you're going, yeah, that's the murder, and then
No,
then
it's
it goes,
not.
wait a second, that wasn't the murder.
Is that how
wasn't
it
the
goes?
murder.
Good.
That's how it goes.
Good. Thank you for not spoiling because that is
Yeah.
on my binge list and I haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
So we've gone through the first two seasons just like that. And
Mm.
like I said, the third season only just started, so I think there's like only 4 new episodes up right now.
Okay, cool.
So
And
anyway,
that's on what? Disney, is it? No,
Disney
okay,
Plus.
yeah. I'll have to wait for it to come on something else.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you watch Ahsoka?
no, I have not seen it yet.
Pretty good. Pretty
Yeah. The new Star Wars series that has
Mhm.
just been released as well.
Pretty
Oh,
good.
new Star Wars series too. Let's see it.
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good. The
Cool.
first 2 series. Yeah, first 2 episodes. Pretty good.
Laura says the book is a big book too, but I want to get Skylar into reading books, so we have been reading books together.
Mhm.
Again, I'm assuming you're saying the last Twilight book is a big book.
You know what I've done, Laura? I don't know if this my kids are readers anyways. My kids love to read, all three of them. My daughter more than the boys, but the boys love to read too. You know what I did? I got them into reading comics. They love it. They fall asleep reading comics, all three of them. My daughter more so books, but my boys comics every single night. Every single night. They absolutely love it. So we take a
specific genre.
Superhero, Marvel. One's into Moon Knight, the other one's into Godzilla. One's into Godzilla. They're into Spider-Man, stuff like that. And my boys just love it. They just love it. So, and like I said, it's pretty easy for me because they're all readers anyways. But yeah, take them to a comic book store. Maybe the girls.
So what do they read other than comics?
My daughter's a really good novel reader. Like she genuinely loves novels.
The story, nice.
My boys have read Percy Jackson. They've read, and I haven't read it, nor have I seen the movie. That's a movie too, Percy Jackson. I tried to get. They were a little bit too young, but I'm going to try again to get them into Harry Potter. They were a little bit too young when I started, and we've seen all the movies, but Percy Jackson is big. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is still really big. I can't think of anything else. But
cool. Nice. It's gonna send kids are readers, man.
Yeah.
It's nice when kids are readers.
So it's great. It's amazing. Yeah, they're really good. So Laura, try and get them into comics. Maybe they'll like it like that. Yeah. So.
I think of all the comics I had when I was younger, and I didn't keep them.
You wouldn't have to work.
And I didn't keep them, not thinking that comics would become such a huge cult, collective item. Right.
Yep.
So
I mean, every movie now is a comic. I mean, how many movies are all about comics?
I've been collecting steady for probably 5 years, and I collected as a kid. And I had a I remember this. I had a comic that I bought at cover price, $5, as a kid, grade 8. On White Ave, so left for 25, 30 years. The comic came back in 5 years ago, so I'm mid 40s. Saw the same comic, $1,200. $1,200.
Wow!
I gave it away, Cliff. I gave it away for nothing. Yeah. Here you go, box of comics. Here you go. Have a nice day. Yeah, $1,250.
Again,
you can't predict the future.
Nope. You can't predict. Again, now if we get to the age of 500,
maybe we'll be wiser.
We'll be wiser, and you'd know these things, right?
Yeah, but I'm sure they said that about the Bible too. It's still only $8.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, Laura made some comment actually about the Bible. I saw earlier here, right here. She said, "I read the beginning of the Bible, and no one as kids lived to 100 years old. Needless to say, I stopped reading just shortly after that. LOL. My mind wondered what it would be like to live that long." And she never made
you're going to live 100 years. What do you mean?
Lots of people live 100 years. There's people that are 104, 105 years old right
114.
now. 114. There you go. Yeah.
Hey, Laura, I just want to say for the record, when you read the Bible, now I am a God-fearing person. Those stories aren't actually real. Just letting you know. They didn't actually read, Moses did not live to 800 years old.
How do you know that?
How
do you know that?
Do you want to put, I don't, because I also didn't live to 800.
You say it with such conviction as though you know. I thought you had some sort of an inside track
there, yeah. Like, how do you know all the stories?
You say it with such conviction.
Who lives to 800 years old?
Moses and Methuselah. I don't know. What do you mean?
But how do you know that?
Okay, I apologize, Laura. Maybe Moses lived to 800 years old.
Maybe there are some stories in the Bible that are fabricated, but how do you know that some of the stories in the Bible are not true, that were written by people who back at that time? How do you know that all the stories in the Bible are not true?
What about in Alexander the Great's time when people said, in the future people are going to live to be 114 years old? And they're like, no, that will never happen.
I shouldn't have said people don't live to 800 with as much conviction as I did.
That's good.
Just asking,
Podlie, just a little less conviction.
Just a little less conviction. Hey, don't be so goddamn believable next time, would you please?
Looking back to those days when people would die at the age of 40.
That's right.
That was
truth,
45.
Truth.
So
100%.
For them to say nobody will ever live to 80, nobody will ever live to 115,
exactly.
Yeah, nobody will ever get there.
Well, I mean, even in my lifetime at 48, I think when I was a kid, the median lifespan was for a man was I think 72. I think it's up to 79 now. I think 79 now, something like that. But
well, in
you know.
in the Bible, it only gives you 70.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true. So, yeah. Anyway,
And William says the school I went to in 1977 had Superman action #1, and the mini library in the reading room. It was in fair shape, but had no idea the value it would hit. Well, I still have no idea.
Action #1. That's 1.2.
1.2 mil.
That's 1.2.
Mhm.
1.2, 1.1, 1.3, somewhere in around there. William,
Wow,
that's 1.2, 1.3. Obviously, it depends on. Obviously, it depends on the. It depends on the grade. It depends on how spiffy it is. You know, is it torn? Is it ripped? But it's
It
on
depends.
average 1.2.
If any eyeballs grace the words.
Yes.
If any eyeballs left any traces on the words, less.
Yeah.
You gotta be very wealthy and I don't know, very comic crazy to spend $1.2 million on a comic. To do
Yeah.
what with? Keep it in the cellophane?
Yeah, because you're not going to open it up.
What do you do?
To-
It's
Yeah,
like
well-
they say when you buy a collectible, right? Like a collectible toy, for example, for $100,000, but it's still in the box, never opened. You never, you don't take it out of the box.
I'll give you an example.
So then what do you do with it though? Hold on,
Okay.
Polly. I'm curious.
Yeah,
What do you do
I
with
guess
it?
you just, I don't know, you put it on your shelf and look at it. Look, I bought that for 1.2 million.
And then what?
No, because you can sell it.
For,
You can sell it.
for how much? 1.6?
So it's a
Mhm.
so it's a
Yes.
financial transaction.
Yes.
Transaction.
Yes, it's an
So
investment.
that has nothing to do with being a comic fan and all that sort of stuff.
People collect comics for a multitude of reasons, I believe, because they love just the cover art, but they don't like the story. They just love the cover. They just think of it as art. People collect it for legitimately the stories. People collect for the nostalgia. People collect for an investment. I'll give you an example. Last year, I think it was, no, maybe it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, there was a new comic book called Something is Killing the Children. And it's now up to issue 35 or something like that. Issue #1, which only came out 2 years ago, is I think a $1,200 comic now.
Jeez.
And that was 2 years ago, Cliff.
It's crazy.
That's 2 years ago.
There's a show on Netflix, now the name escapes me, but anyway, it's about this company in the US who buys and sells stuff on auctions, and it's all high-end stuff. And they had on this young guy, a kid, and his dad from Montreal, actually. So they flew them in because the kid had it was to do with F1 racing or something, car racing, but cards, so like hockey cards or whatever.
Yeah.
But for whatever happened, this kid bought 2 packages of cards and ends up with this #1 card of, I can't remember even who the driver was, but it was a specific card that collectors look for, and he ended up having 2 of them. And so they flew him down, this kid and his dad or uncle, whoever it was, down to this company, and I think they're in Los Angeles, and said, okay, there's a reason we're flying you down. You have 2 of these cards, and you probably don't know what they're worth. They go, well, no, we just bought the packs for $2 or $5, whatever he bought. And so he puts the cards down. Yeah, I got them. They're here with me. And the guys take a look at them and say, yeah, that's the ones. Those are the originals. They're like the only ones in the pack. The kid ended up getting something like 100 or 200 grand per card.
Jeez.
So they went home to Canada, millionaire.
Yeah, wealthy.
Not a millionaire, but
Yeah,
rich.
yeah,
a lot
damn
more money in
close.
the bank account than they ever had
close.
before. Over 2 cards.
You know what my 11-year-old does? Loves hockey. You know that Han loves hockey. My 11-year-old, he collects hockey cards. He's got Tim Hortons hockey cards, and he's got OPC or whatever. Gets them at Walmart. Pack. I don't know what, $3 when they used to be 75 cents for us. $3. Then he'll go home the same day. So he's bought his whole pack. What is it? 12 cards, 8 cards. He's got an app on his phone. He takes his phone, he takes a picture of the hockey card, the individual hockey card. Let's say Connor McDavid. Okay, $14. The same day.
The same day.
He just bought 8.
But could he actually sell it though? Like if he put it on the market, somebody's going to buy it. But why wouldn't they just go to Walmart and buy it?
Well, they probably do. They probably do.
Yeah.
But my point is,
No. I guess. Sorry, I should extrapolate with my question. My question is, a lot of things you say that it's valued at this, but if you, in reality, you go to try and sell it, you are not going to find any buyers.
But you'll still get half.
And I think it's based on like these guys with these cards that brought in is they made like however 25,000 packages in these cards, but only two
but only
packages
two bags have
had
this card,
that
right.
one particular
Right,
card
right,
in it,
right,
right?
right.
So they become so valuable.
Right.
And this kid, for whatever reason, just lucked out and had
And
two
got
packages
two.
with these two of these cards in it, and it was like winning the lottery.
Yeah,
right?
no kidding,
That's
right?
basically
No,
what
that's
it was.
is.
100%.
So same thing, you can get a Connor McDavid rookie card or whatever. There might only be, I don't know how many in the world that there was. There might only be 10 of them.
Yeah.
And so collectors are going to pay whatever they'll pay to get a mint condition, as they would call, which means it has no scratches on it. It's in a little case. It's no bends.
No eyeballs have bleeded over.
Exactly right.
And it's a big thing too. I know some shows baseball cards from way back, like in the 20s and the 30s.
Honus
Some
Wagner.
of the top baseball. Yeah. Some of these guys are Babe Ruth or whatever. You get like an original Babe Ruth baseball card that was actual originally printed, etc. Those things cost a lot of money. But the people will, I don't see myself wanting to go spend $100,000 on a hockey card or a baseball card.
And the big deal is it's 100% created value.
Correct.
There's no actual value.
No,
absolutely
it's like
you
right.
can't go out and spend it.
It's like in the 1500 with tulips, right? Right. I mean, all of a sudden, tulips were the currency for a while, and people were paying through their nose for tulips, and all of a sudden, you go, tulips are just flowers, you idiots.
Absolutely right.
But right now, you're talking about these cards and all. It's like Babe Ruth. Okay, well, what I want to know is so Babe Ruth's card goes up and up and up and up because of age. And then one generation comes along and says, who the hell gives a shit about Babe Ruth?
Well,
Who the hell is he?
Right.
And all of a sudden it goes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, who's the dude or dudette that
makes those decisions?
That buys it at this point and then goes, yeah, you know what? It's not worth it anymore. We're done, right? Yeah. So it's all completely created. It's a false economy, right? Because it's not, I mean, the card hasn't changed in value. It's just what people's perception of it is.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Right? Yeah, it's not something you go to a nice restaurant for dinner and say, how are you paying? With my Babe Ruth
card.
I'll
my Babe Ruth
That's
card.
exactly right. That's exactly right.
So I don't get. I'm not saying anything derogatory about it.
No, I get your point.
But I just don't get it. I don't get what's so important about having. And hey, keep in mind, I had some of these rookie cards. Because when I got here and the Oilers were playing, I know I was a older whatever, but I was still a young 30-year-old, and I bought packages of cards. I ended up giving them to all the kids. But I believe I had a Messier rookie card. I don't know what the hell that would be worth.
Lots
but
of money.
I had a Messier rookie card. I gave that away. I had a Buckburger rookie card. I gave that away. So I don't know what they were worth. I don't care at this point. Can't do anything about it. But it's all perceived value. It has actually no value.
That is correct.
It's just a prestigious thing, right? I think when you get the multimillionaires out there and people who can collect and buy whatever they want, whether they're collecting the latest greatest car, or they want to have it in their driveway, and when they come over, hey, look, I just paid $100,000 for this rookie card. Isn't that cool? I've got it.
And the thing is, like with comic books, you pay $1,200, whatever. Pick a number of a comic book. And you keep it in the plastic, and you look at it, and you can't look at it, and you do this.
Can't open it.
That's exactly right.
If I buy a Monet for $100,000, I could put it on my wall
and look at it,
and it would give me great joy, right? Or I could buy a Klimt, and I could never stop looking at a Klimt. If I put a Klimt on my wall, I could never stop looking at it because I love Klimt.
He's one of my favorites,
right?
Gustav Klimt's one of my favorites.
Or all of these guys, or Renoir, but you put it on the wall, and you can go. That brings me joy every day, comfort every day, or whatever adjective you want to use. But a comic book that's in plastic and kept aside somewhere, I don't get. I don't get it.
People do display comics. People do display it. They have shelves. But you're right. But your point is taken.
I just don't get it.
Your point is taken.
I'm not saying. Like I said, I'm not saying I don't get it, so there must be something wrong with it. I'm saying I wish I understood. I don't understand it.
And it's funny that you say that, Cliff. Just to go with your point, just to add weight to your point, all of my comics, I don't know how much they're worth. I do have some.
Yeah, some are worth some.
I've got some. They're all in boxes.
Yeah,
they're all in 4 boxes in the corner of my family room.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I've got four boxes.
Yeah,
I got 4 boxes.
And they're in there. Yeah,
and they're in there. To your point, I'm not staring at them.
Yeah, you're not getting sort of a daily. You're not getting a daily enjoyment.
I know I have them. Maybe
it's like that episode of.
I agree with you.
Big Bang Theory, where Penny gets the job or whatever, so she surprises Sheldon and Leonard buying this transporter.
Oh,
machine
yeah,
for
yeah,
Star
yeah,
Trek.
yeah.
And
Remember
then it
that?
breaks.
And it was well, she bought one for Leonard and one for Sheldon. And Minton box. You don't want to take it out of the
Minton
box. That's
box.
collectible. But then
right.
Sheldon, with Spock talking in his ear, can't get over it. I got to open it. And he's got his little Spock all fit. He's so excited, and then he opens it and he breaks it. But then he switches it out with Leonard. He doesn't want to say that he opened up the box because he does the twist thing. He went twisting, right? The little toy would go behind. It looks like he transported.
Beam me up, yeah.
Beam me up, and it broke whatever. But yeah, it's like that, right? Minton box. Don't open that box. Don't take it out. It's the transporter.
So me.
But that's the thing. Like with, I could see myself, but not even if I was wealthy. I don't know what I do. What some people do, but I could definitely see myself spending a bigger deal amount of money on a piece of art.
Artwork would makes more sense,
right? Because to see it, and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like even like I don't know if people do that anymore. I don't know if they do, but people used to buy DVD movies, and that was their collection. They buy movie after movie after movie after movie after
my
movie.
theater room.
Yeah, right.
A wall full of
But they bought,
Correct.
all these movies. But then what I noticed was that you'd watch a couple of them over again.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, first of all, new movies are coming out by the thousands every year. So there's no really sort of driver to go back and see the old movies.
That's right.
Right. But yet a lot of people collected them. And
True.
I had my own collection. Hey, I had my collection of DVDs.
Yep.
Right? So we all have these things that we do.
Albums.
Oh yeah. Hey man, I tell you. So I get it. But as I get older, I think to myself, I don't know if I would do that again, or I don't know if I would do this, if I don't know if I would do that. Notwithstanding the funds, even if I had the funds, right? So it's just a weird. I find collecting things that don't give you immediate
return.
So like an artwork where you look at it every day, something like that. I find that sort of disappears as I get older. I'm not interested in that. And I don't know if that's everybody. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Like as you've seen here, and I've talked about on the show a lot of times. I collect a lot of Disney stuff.
Disney stuff, yeah.
Drawings, and so down in my theater room, I've got artwork
animations
up
and yeah, you got some great ones.
And I still collect it. And we try and put it all up downstairs, so you see all the different figures and all that sort of stuff around. That's just something we like to do.
Yeah.
I don't have any, notion to say, hey, I've got this Mickey, I'm going to sell it for $300.
No, but you just like
14 times what it's worth. Yeah, 14 times what I bought it for. Yeah.
I had a whole collection of Audrey Hepburn pictures at one point. Yeah. Because I freaking love Audrey Hepburn. And I have a bunch of pictures of her and all different kinds of things. So we all have that.
Yeah.
I in many ways, I try to understand, because I know people that collect cars. Right.
Yes.
And I know one guy, he's 70, he's probably 76 maybe, and he collects cars. He just bought another one like the other day, like 2 weeks ago. He bought himself, I don't know what, a 63 Vet, one of my favorite vets ever. He bought one of those, and he's got a full collection of cars. And I'm like, I wonder what you're gonna do with it. You're not gonna live 1,000 years.
Yeah. Right.
So are you kids into it? Are you like, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah. There's a place on the kind of far south side of Edmonton. Just you go across the Henday, and there's a building. When I was still working with a audiovisual dealer, we got a call to go because this guy wanted to do some added work and projection work in this warehouse he had. So we go to this warehouse, and inside it was all made up like a beautifully done, and he's got all these collected cars in there, and the floor's all done up. He's got this big upper area like an old garage with this pool table,
like a Jay Leno garage,
and and all the cars, and a huge screen and everything he had set up, and these cars were just amazing. You just walked by them all, and all these different ages, all shiny and pristine, and like I said, the floor from the outside didn't look like anything.
Didn't like anything.
You walk in, I was like, what is this? Like, what did I just walk
Leno's
into?
garage, right?
I was just thinking the Jay Leno of the North. I was just thinking.
Kind of thing. We're down to about a minute and a half here, guys.
Well, look at this. We haven't been on a Podlie podcast for a while, so thank you for all that showed up. For those of you who didn't show up, well, why the hell not?
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. Thank you for keeping us on track, Laura, and talking about the topic with us. And for those who came and went, Leslie Ann, etc., we appreciate you being here. And I speak for all of us when we tell you, please come back, because we love having you here. And for whatever reason, if you never caught the podcast,
well, you can listen to the audio Friday night, soundshakerradio.com at 10 o'clock. The audio does replay there for sure. And it's coming up next Monday, which happens to be a long weekend again.
Uh-oh.
I don't know
This
yet.
could be an issue.
Like,
Could be an issue. I don't know yet.
Long weekend Mondays seem to be tough for us. So
And then
I'll let
he's
you know.
gone for 2 weeks.
And then I'll be gone for 2 weeks on the road, but that's not till like September 17th.
You guys, at this rate, the Podlie podcast is going to be a collectible.
How much should we offer it for?
I don't know. Laura says, I love how you go from living forever to collectibles. Right, Laura? I like that.
That's us.
Collectibles live forever.
That's
All right.
us. Look, just look at us. We're 3 collectibles.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, guys. See you all next time.
Have a great week, guys.
Have a great week.
Stay happy.